All right. Let's fucking do it.
It's okay to feel the way you do right now, so satisfy me. Take my hand, I'll take you to a place where we don't have to lie. Adventure is waiting for you. All you have to do is come inside. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life.
What's up, everybody? Woo! Are you in a fucking good mood? You ought to be, because this is the world's greatest show. You know what time it is. It's the Dusty Smith Show, and I'm all fucking hyped up. I found this old song from 15 years ago that I fucking forgot about. A whole Dusty song from the archives, a blast from the past. It's a wonderful life. I thought it was missing, and then I was like, hey, you used this in a video about celebrity smoking weed like 12 years ago. Amazing. So I'm going to start playing that more often. And how in the fuck is everybody doing tonight? Hope you're ready to fucking party, because I am. Going to be depressing, as always, but at least we're going to make fun of Chud. So, worth it. Let's see what the DSPs had to say tonight. How you doing, dirty, sexy pores? I missed you. I'm here, time to go. Hell yeah, we was all waiting for you guys. Hello, beautiful people. Definitely some sexy motherfuckers. Your songs are cool, Dusty. I appreciate it. Got a little hate for that last song I did. It'll grow on you like a weed. Dusty, off your week. Or dust off your week. Hell yeah. Man, I had a pretty busy week. Out there helping my mom, me and Jeff. Obviously, I was doing most of the work. Jeff was just kind of, playing in the mud or whatever. We'll take a look at that at the end of the show if you guys want to see more of that. And stay tuned for the after party, people. We're going to go check out the subreddit. Public Freakout, which is where I get a lot of my Karen videos and a lot of the people that are drunk, acting a fool and shit. So I never do it live on the air, so be sure, all you Dust Buddies and patrons, join me on the after show directly after this program. If you're not a patron already, correct yourself. You don't want to fucking miss the after party with Dusty Smith. And also, Super Chats, like button of the show, Super Chats. You know how it works. There's a button over here down by the chat or something, and you can donate. And the more you donate, the more seriously I take your questions. So you can buy my love and I'm on yourself forever and ever and ever in the Super Chats. Great way to support it. I would definitely appreciate it. I can use it. And all right, let me go ahead and kick off the show, folks. Probably won't be a very long one. As I said, I was really busy this week and did the best I could with what I had, people. Don't judge me. I judge you. But as always, open your hymnals to page 1 because, motherfuckers, you know what time it is. It's religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. They raping all your kids on religious bullshit. Yeah, they are. And folks, I can't stress this enough. This is 4 days worth. Only since Monday. And I'm not even looking for this shit, y'all. I'm not even out there looking for it. It's just all over the place. I don't know if it's being reported more now all of a sudden, or they just are cracking down on all these pedophile priests, youth pastors, Christian professors. But this week, so many of them were arrested. Let's start off with this individual, youth pastor Quincy Church, at Quincy Church, facing sexual abuse of juveniles and pornography charges. A youth pastor at Quincy Church was arrested on Tuesday on sexual abuse and pornography charges. An investigation began in January after law enforcement agencies were contacted by a parent of a juvenile who had disclosed possible sexual abuse by a youth pastor at Hope Lutheran. Let's just jump to the next one. There's just so many this week, folks. Under the jail, I agree. Here's one. A Christian school headmaster is being sued by 4 parents for the abuse of their minor children. He taped their mouths shut with a tape wrapping around their heads and then unwantedly touched them. Meet pastor at Christian school founder John Raymond. Hey, John Raymond. Enjoy that prison sentence. You might notice no drag queens this week. Shocker, as it always is. Meet Charles Waddington, associate professor in the psychology department at Abilene Christian University, has been charged with sexual abuse of a child and remains on a $75,000 bond. An Abilene Christian University professor has been accused of sexual abuse by his adopted children, including at least one incident that happened on campus. Charles Waddington was arrested on a warrant for sexual abuse of a child. Court documents state that in March 2023, a child came forward to police and said she and her sister were sexually assaulted by Waddington, their adopted father, and their brother may have been harmed as well. He was bribing them with shopping trips and driving lessons so they wouldn't out him. Awesome Christianity. Let's move along. A former California youth pastor has been convicted of 18 felony sexual assault charges for sexually abusing 2 girls he was related to. The sexual abuse of the girls began in 1991 and continued until 2020. Meet rapey pedo pastor Jose Anderson Lopez. When investigators spoke with the girl, she said, he started touching me since I was 3 years old. No protest? None? Zero? Really? Yep. That's exactly right, because they don't care, folks. They will literally take their kids to these pedos to get raped, and then the next day go protest at Drag Queen Story Hour, because they're zombies. They have been taught that this is what they're supposed to do. They have been taught this as a virtue signal, but all it is a virtue signal, because you motherfuckers don't actually care about the children in any way. If you did, well, I can't say because I'll get banned, what you do to the churches, but at the very least, you should be protesting them. The fact that you're not lays bare how fake this entire bullshit is. Meet Stephen Greason, 68, a Christian filmmaker and singer in a Christian band, pleaded guilty to criminal attempt to solicit online sex with a minor. Got no jail time, folks. 5 years probation. He was a singer for the 70s Christian band The Family, Grim, which toured with a second chapter of Acts in 1976. Greason had been involved with Christian ministries both in Colorado Springs and around the country. He was also involved in founding and leading Holy Smokes, a national movement of small groups of mostly men gathering for faith and friendship, find tobacco, and drink. In the past, Greason had been featured in videos and podcasts by ministries including Summit Ministries, the Colson Center, and Moody Audio. Those resources, along with Greason Holy Smokes podcast, have been withdrawn without explanation. Of course they do. They don't own up to it. They don't apologize. They don't even try to make excuses for themselves. They just sweep it under the rug. And nobody gives a shit because you're fake Christians. You're fake. You're all a bunch of goddamn pedophile and ableist. And it's always been this way. It's always been this way. Since the beginning of fucking religion. You want to know where not all, but most of the fucking boy rapists, most of the child rapists are? At the fucking churches. Every goddamn time. But it's the drag queens, y'all. It's the fucking drag queens. It's the trans people. Be very afraid. A Mississippi youth pastor here in my neck of the woods who was arrested for raping a minor in his church has been charged with multiple sex crimes. Meet Alexander Blackwelder, former youth pastor at East Main Church of Christ, was initially charged with 1 count of child enticement and 2 counts of sexual battery. He has been additionally charged with 2 counts of sexual battery by the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Yep. 4 days, folks. 4 days. Can you imagine if this was Drag Queen Story Hour in 5 years? Can you imagine? But of course, Christians don't give a shit. Here's another one. A Texas Christian University professor has been arrested for raping his own adopted children. Yep. 4 days worth, folks. It's just horror. Every goddamn day a fucking horror show with these fucking Christians. Like, I'll be honest with you, this show's hard for me to do sometimes. This shit has to be called out. It has to be documented. It has to be reported on. But it gets to me. That's one reason, like, I just put this video of me and Jeff going and fixing my mom's plumbing. Like, I really want to focus on doing more uplifting content. Because I'm tired of being the bearer of bad news all the time. It makes me want to fucking cry that this is goddamn happening. But it has to be covered. We have to keep hammering this home, pointing this out. Because you're not really hearing a lot about this, are you? You're hearing zero about it from the conservative influencers who dominate social media right now, dominate YouTube, dominate Facebook. 9 out of the 10 most clicked on links on Facebook every day, conservative. Same with Twitter. Dominate YouTube. Crickets. You ain't hear shit about it. 24/7 trans panic, drag panic, fear mongering. It's all you fucking hear. While they sweep all this shit on the rug. Actual pedophilia. Don't give a fuck. Almost 1,700 priests and clergy accused of sex abuse and unsupervised and Associated Press investigation found that those credibly accused are now teachers, coaches, counselors, and also live near playgrounds. Crickets. Complete fucking crickets. All these legislatures posting bills that you can't perform drag in public. Nothing. They don't care about the children. In fact, quite the opposite. They're giving their children to pedophiles and then pushing the spotlight on people it doesn't belong on in order to cover up for the pedophiles they're feeding their children to. Scum of society. That's who's ruling us. That's who's running us. And these people are so fucking creepy. A great example of how people take their kids to be abused. Now, I'm not saying this guy is a pedophile, but this is exactly how they get your children. This is exactly the kind of brainwashing they use to lure your children in and rape them. And these parents take their kids to them and lie to themselves and claim and tell themselves that they're doing the right thing, that they're on the side of God. Watch how creepy this shit is.
What's your name?
Jada.
Why are you being baptized?
He brought me back from my pit. All I can give is my life and my being.
How old are you?
13.
13. Well, how was life without Jesus?
Horrible.
Horrible. What's life like
I'm sure her life was real fucking horrible without Jesus. Good goddamn.
with him?
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, you look psyched. Your life looks like it's going great, little kid.
What's it feel like?
Best feeling in the world.
What would you tell people watching around the world tonight if they're wondering if they should give all to Jesus?
There's nothing that can fill you but him.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, come on up.
Jada, do you leave the
Up the
world
preacher. Yeah, hey, come back later on in the back of the church and I can pray for you privately. I'm sure your parents will be fine with it, and they will, folks. They fucking will.
Do you renounce the enemy? You give all of your being to Jesus. Jada, we baptize you tonight in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy
Child
Spirit.
abuse.
In Jesus' name, fill her with your presence. I seal her. Seal her.
So
with the presence of
creepy.
the Holy Spirit.
These people are such fucking creep shows. Goddamn.
Send, Father, the gift of the Spirit upon us. Undeniable seal of the Spirit. Let her leave these waters knowing the presence of the Holy Spirit. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
This is exactly how it happens, folks. Exactly how it happens. Not a goddamn drag queen in sight. Preying on your children, and they're fucking doing nothing about it. In fact, the opposite. They're paying them to do it. They're paying them to rape their children, folks. I'm sorry it's so depressing. And even more depressing, I talked about this years ago, folks. How Christian ministers from the United States went over to Uganda and tried to get them to pass a bill to make them impose the death penalty for homosexuality, and they finally did it. Uganda MPs passed a bill imposing death penalty on homosexuality. MPs in Uganda have passed a controversial anti-LGBTQ plus bill, which would make homosexual acts punishable by death, attracting strong condemnation from rights campaigners. These same exact priests doing it are raping the shit out of their congregation's children. 100% doing this to cast the spotlight on other people so they can get away with it. Religion is a mental illness. It has to be stamped out in our society ASAP. I can't even say what I want to say. I need to watch my mouth, unfortunately. I wish I didn't have to. But something has to be done, folks. All the anger you see at these drag queen story hours, all the screaming you see these Nazis doing, that's sort of the energy we need. If we actually want to start protecting these children, protecting gays, protecting innocent people from this fucking nightmare dystopia in which we find ourselves. I can't say what I want to say, but goddamn it, I'm mad. Anger is the correct emotion. Anger is the correct response. And it just gets more and more absurd. Apparently, Donald Trump was on a call with a bunch of religious fundamentalist preachers. And in the middle of the call, they asked him, hey, what is your favorite Bible verse that you think people should be following? What do you think they should be reading to their children? What do you think they should be focusing on? And somehow, mysteriously, the phone died. Just they asked Donald Trump to name a Bible verse. I won't play the whole thing. But unsurprisingly, folks, it was the left. It was the left. Shortly after Trump joined the call, host Jackson Lahammer, who described himself as a pastor and entrepreneur, asked him what specific prayer requests Trump had for the pastor on the call. At that point, Trump audio disconnected. The guest sat in awkward silence for a couple of minutes before Trump managed to reconnect the call. Okay. I guess we have some phone miscommunication. And I think what happened was the radical left was working on the phone. There's no question about it, Trump claimed, without providing further evidence. Yeah, it's always the left, folks. He's always the victim. There's always some conspiracy against him. Boomer grandpa don't know how to fucking work his phone. It's the left, y'all. It's a conspiracy. Leading candidate for conservatives right now. We'll skip that one. And then last up, our religious bullshit. I forgot this one. Abilene Christian University professor arrested and accused of sexually abusing children. Yep. It never ends. 4 goddamn days. At some point, I just have to wonder, what is wrong with you Christians? What is wrong with Christianity? That it keeps attracting all these pedophiles. What is wrong with Christianity that you people keep giving your kids to pedophiles? Are you guys ever going to ask yourself the question? I already know the answer. You don't actually give a fuck. And that's my very depressing religious bullshit. What you guys think about this depressing reality we live in? Well, it's probably Antifa, I know, right? No responsibility. They're never to blame. Always somebody else. But pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Don't blame other people for your problems. I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain and I have said a lot of things. Donald J. Trump, yep. They want to tell me Biden has Alzheimer's. All religions do that. Yes, it's not just Christianity. You're right. I don't mean to single out Christianity. I mostly single out Christianity because that is the main cult mentality in the country I live in, but it's worldwide, obviously. Islam is just as bad, if not worse. Every single one of them. Terrible. Protest churches on Sunday. They won't do it, though, folks. Just no coverage. Almost no coverage in mainstream media. It's just this false narrative over and over and over again. And that leads us into a very, very short trash world. I don't even know if I could bring myself to sing the song, y'all. Trash world? Trash world. It's fucking depressing as shit. what the fuck is going on in this goddamn country, what is going on in this nation, what is going on in this fucking world. What can we do about it? How can we stop it? Well, I know one thing that ain't fucking helping. Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks. At a time when we have unprecedented oppression for trans people. Conservative laws popping up all over the country. Denying the right to be who you are. Threatening to put you in prison simply for wanting to entertain people in drag. Anna Kasparian feels the need to post this. I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or a person who menstruates. How do you people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this shit. Yeah, most people do. Almost nobody is using these terms. A very few papers in academia, maybe. But really no one's using this. During this particular time in our history, was this really the time to throw this out there, Anna? Really? This is really the most important thing to use your platform for. To spread this right-wing narrative that this is actually some major problem women are having. That is nothing but help the hatred and trans panic to spread. This is really what you want to be about, right? And exactly what you expected to happen, happened. 123,000 likes, almost entirely conservatives. Every conservative came out of the woodwork to lend her support, to pat her on the fucking back. Zuby, Carrie Lake, Ian Mouse Chong, Dean Cain, Benny Johnson, Gad Sad. Everybody, every fucking right-wing pundit retweeted this, put this out there because they knew it would do nothing but spread more fear, more hatred towards trans people. Bitch, you're supposed to be on our side. The fuck's wrong with you? Couldn't help it though, could you? You got those clicks, didn't you? You feel good about yourself, Anna? At this point, it's just, I'm not going to give up, obviously, but this is why I don't fucking associate with groups. Just so much goddamn trash all over the place. I agree with Matt here. Hi, Anna. No one is asking you to call yourself or be called anything other than a woman. Anatomy-oriented language is used in a clinical context where anatomy is relevant. This argument is like a mousetrap set up by TERFs. Please don't take the bait, but she did. Double down, triple down, quadruple down. As conservative, heap praise upon her. It's just so fucking frustrating. It's the last goddamn thing they need right now, Anna. What is the purpose? What is the fucking purpose? Did anybody, like literally anybody, come to you and say, hey, Anna, stop calling yourself a woman? Did anybody do that? Did anybody say, hey, Anna, could you start calling yourself a person with a uterus instead of a woman? Could you start calling yourself a birthing person instead of a woman? Did anybody, like literally a single fucking person? I highly goddamn doubt it. But big ups to trans rights who made Anna Kasparian their Person Who Menstruates of the Year award as a troll. Because really this is all you can do when you're faced with bullshit like this, is try to make fun of it. Try to make them jokes, try to make them laughing stocks, but not a great way to ingratiate yourself with people, Anna. Disappointing as fuck. Be better. Fucking be better, and that's my trash world. I'm sorry for screaming at you guys, but angry. Fucking angry today. I don't know what it is. Something inside of me. I'm so furious putting this show together. She felt to know what is a woman trap. It don't make any sense. She has to know better. She has to. Is she so desperate for clout? Is she so desperate for clicks? This is what she's sinking to? Good God. It's fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic, Anna. You got every goddamn chud on the internet has your back. Is that what you wanted? How did you not immediately see that every right-wing influencer was spreading this hate message of hate? Every one of them was patting your back and didn't delete it. Still haven't deleted it. To know the harm you're causing and not give a fuck. Just no respect anymore. No respect. I don't have no respect for you. I don't have no respect for the Young Turks. I don't have no respect for Sync sitting up there. Not calling this shit out. None of you guys. Just as unhelpful as it gets. It's just unhelpful as it gets. Multiple trans women commit suicide this week. As they do every week. Just brainless. It's fucking brainless. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm sorry. Just frustrated. I'm fucking frustrated, y'all. All right, let's do the what the fuck. What the fuck? All right, I'm going to try to cheer up, folks. I'm going to try to not be so angry. I don't want to scream this whole show and be a killjoy because, hey, I want to do a fun show for you guys. I don't want to be, see, did call her out about it? Okay, I didn't see that. So, was it a decent call out? I want to be fair. Obviously, wasn't a good enough call out for her to delete it, for her to issue an apology, for her to try to correct the record that I saw. If you don't watch TYT, you won't know how the fallout went down. Okay. I mean, I watch it occasionally, but was there decent fallout? Was there decent pushback? Let's see what the chat has to say, because I'm like interested. I'm interested to hear about this. If I missed it, I definitely want to be fair. I don't want to spread news, spread stories that are not true. This is better than TYT. Oh, yeah. Well, this show is, far better than any other lefty show out there, in my opinion. But, of course, I would say that because I am very biased. But nobody's fucking doing anything like this, in my opinion. I guess no man, since I only shoot blanks. Okay. You're still a man, regardless if you shoot blanks or not. Vosh had a good response. Vosh did have a good response. Let's see if I could find Vosh's response. I thought Vosh handled it very well. I think Vosh's takes are usually correct. I disagree with him on some things, and I've had no problem calling him out. I don't think he takes criticism very well, but usually his takes are dead on, and I support most of what he does. I think Vosh does a great job for the most part. The good thing about Vosh is that he wants it. He really wants it. Like, to be in the spotlight all the time, to be on camera all the time, it takes more than just talent. It takes a drive to want that upon yourself, and both him and Hassan, they both really do. Like, they want it in a way that I just don't, because I don't enjoy being on camera as much as they do. So, kudos to them. Let's see. Where is Vosh? Vosh? All right. I can't find it. Vosh basically called her out in very much the same way I did, though. So, but you can see almost everybody responding with the most likes are the who's who have read this. Vosh. I've never heard any of these terms outside of a few tweets and PowerPoint screenshots where academics grasp desperately for some inoffensive, inclusive medical terminology, and that's exactly what it is. Nobody's coming at Anna like this. She's just spreading the trans panic and fear for no fucking reason. Angry. Anyway, we were along, folks. Did you guys know the new Resident Evil 4 remake is out? Can't wait to play it. I can't wait till it comes out in VR, because they'll have a mod out to play it in VR. You have not seen how this was addressed on the Young Turks. I have not seen how this was addressed on the Young Turks. Can you send me a link? In the after party tonight, I would love to play it in the after party. We could all watch it together. Fuck yeah. So can somebody go find that link to me and send it to me? I would very much appreciate it. Maybe send it to me on Twitter or something, because I'm not sure I'll see it in the chat. But I would love to watch that in the after party, because I definitely want to be fair to everybody. I want to be fair. What Anna said was stupid, but she is an ally. I don't think she had ill intent. Why didn't she remove it then? Why? After every right-wing chud spread this bullshit, 120,000 likes, did she not immediately delete it and say, hey, I don't want my words to be used to spread fear, hatred towards one of the most oppressed classes in the world, and that's exactly what's happening here. So I'm removing it because I don't want it to be interpreted that way. Isn't that the responsible thing to do? Isn't that what any true ally would do? Yeah, tornado outbreak here in Mississippi, so if I get cut off, you guys know why. Vosh, same person who defended pedophilia. Yeah, Vosh. If you actually, I'm surprised no one clipped out more of the sections of me and Voss's show when he was on here. Because, like, he's supposed to be the debate king. I thought I did okay, to be honest with you. I thought I held my own pretty good. And I'm real surprised more people didn't clip out the show and spread it, but, you know, they didn't, so whatever. We did talk about that, and I did push back very heavily on both that and his bullshit take about veganism. So the damage has been done. Yes, it's not as cool, but Vosh is toxic. Lots of racism and misogynistic takes. Yeah, Vosh is more of the mindset that we need to attract these disaffected young youths, the youths that are like on 4chan, and how he suggests that you do that is with edgy humor. I don't think you have to do that. I don't think it's necessary. I think the people that watch Vosh watch Vosh because they like ownage content. They don't actually give a shit about a lot of them. Not saying all of them. A lot of the 4chan users that he's trying to attract don't actually give a shit about the issues in any meaningful way. They just want to see people get fucking owned. And Vosh like owns people on the show, and so that's what they're attracted to. You don't really have to use the edgy humor and say the R word and make jokes about exterminating trans people or whatever. You know, you don't have to do that. But it's, you know, it's a show, so it's all good. Your fans are dragging and dusty. That doesn't make any sense. To Utes, what you were on with Vosh, how did I miss that? Yes, I had Vosh on the show. He has not returned the favor, but I did when Vosh was getting started. I was trying to help him out, so I had him on the show. She's an ally. Okay, cool. If you say so. That wasn't a very allying thing to do. Leaving it up. Not great, is it? In my opinion. Vosh still uses the word based in all seriousness. I do occasionally use that word too, but usually I hate that word because of how it's been taken over and used mostly in right-wing propaganda. Did anybody send the Anna link to me? Hopefully you did. If not, I'll go to the Young Turks and we'll find it. And we'll watch that in the after party together. And if I need to make corrections and apologies, I will do so because I am human and there's only so much I can see and know about. I saw Vosh on Dusty. Hell yeah, we had a good conversation for the most part. All right. Move right along, folks. Like I was saying, Resident Evil 4 is out. The remake. And the remake is a little strange, I must say. They went some unusual directions for it. And why I am very surprised, I'm also here for it. Let's have a look at a real-life cutscene for the remake of Resident Evil 4.
Leon S. Kennedy, I need your help.
What do you need, sir?
My daughter Ashley has gone missing. She's been kidnapped by a fucking wizard.
A wizard?
Yes, we believe they want to do some Resident Evil shit.
Damn it, where are they?
They are located in Europe.
Where in Europe?
This, like, general area.
Great. The uncivilized part of Europe.
Right, I forgot you're racist.
Not anymore. I speak Spanish now.
Oh, perfect. So will you help me?
Of course, Mr. Biden. I will go house to house and kill every single villager, man, woman, or child, all for you.
All right, that's fucking insane. You sound fucking deranged.
Yep. Amazing.
Leon
I'm going
S.
to play
Kennedy,
this immediately once it comes out in VR, folks. And this is real. 100% real. This is definitely not a parody that was created by Ammon Hawk. So take my word for it. Would I lie to you? And then one more on a couple more on the website. This chud-ass motherfucker bitching. They're trying so hard to find anything to be outraged by. Yes, I know it's fake, folks. It's Ammon, whatever his name is. It's just a funny little parody, but it's funny. Anyway, this is how desperate they are to find dirt that schools are teaching kids. Equity and diversity and trans issues that are so horrible. This guy's all mad because they taught his son about consent in school. You know, which any person who has any kind of integrity and decency would be happy about. But this guy is pissed. Let's have a look at this bullshit.
I started to notice weird things happening with my kids. So the first one was my eldest son a few years ago. I said, give me a kiss goodnight or a hug goodnight, whatever. And he went, no, you need to ask my consent. And I was like, do I? And he said, yeah, at school they say you've got to ask consent. And I said, I'm your dad. And he said, yeah, but you still have to ask consent. And I went, okay.
That's good. Everybody has to ask consent. And even if your kid was confused about what it means to ask for consent, that's still a good thing that they're teaching them in school not to be rapey cretins. But of course, it's bad somehow in the mind of right-wing zombies.
Okay, we're going to have a little lesson on consent here. Consent is don't touch a stranger's private parts, all right? That's consent. Don't invade someone's space in that part. I'm your father. So anyway, I wrote to school and I said, what's going on here? Because he's obviously not understood consent. And they said, well, we don't really get to the sexual part of it until later. And I said, well, you can take it from me. I've just taught both of my children consent, lesson 1, in about 5 minutes.
Okay, good.
And then, I started going, okay, well, where is this stuff coming from? So it comes out of relationship sex education classes and PSHE and stuff like that.
That sounds like a good thing.
I got some lesson plans from another school.
Oh, okay.
And found out what was on it, which is privilege.
Oh, no. Hey, they taught my son about consent, which is actually just some kind of way to sneak in. CRT. Be afraid, everybody.
Gender ideology, diversity, equity, and inclusion, all of the things that you just don't want kids being taught.
I know. Don't we hate teaching kids about equality and diversity and not being rapey little shitheads? Definitely don't want your kids taught that if you're a right-wing douchebag.
A young age when they're confused as it is. And so I thought we got to change that. So we're going to do that as well. That's what which is our next sort of cultural project, which is going to be called Bad Education. We just like to put bad in front of everything.
That'll scare the boomers. This mind virus spreading all over the world, even across the pond. And speaking of what the fuck, did you guys hear about Tekashi 6ix9ine getting attacked in some kind of LA fitness? Yeah, apparently this dude was snitching like a motherfucker when he was in prison, then got out of jail. Now, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows at this point why they beat him up. And violence is bad, y'all. But anyway, it's a little bit funny.
Yo, what the fuck, nigga, that's how they supposed to treat you. Bitch ass. Mickey Mouse ass, clown ass nigga. Do something. Go ahead. Take a picture. Go ahead. Take a picture. I want to be famous now, nigga. I want to be famous. Fuck, nigga.
Okay, so in all honesty, this is horrible. I don't care what Tekashi did. I don't care if he's a horrible rapper or not. Like, different structure, folks. Some people like his rap. I'm sure it's fine. Regardless, it's awful watching a bunch of fucking bullies beat somebody up in the fucking bathroom. I haven't heard anything that he did that was so horrible that deserved these guys to beat him up. I don't know. Maybe he deserves it. I'm not familiar enough with this guy, but it does seem real fucking cowardly for big dudes to beat a little 5'0" guy up in the fucking bathroom. So snitches do get stitches. It looks fake. I mean, he was all bloodied and beaten up. So they did beat the crap out of him. Let's show you guys the pictures. Search Google. You can see, yeah, he got his wig split a little bit. What the fuck? Why? I clicked on it for the fucking pictures, and it ain't coming up. All right, fine, stupid goddamn website. Trash. Let's see if it comes up if I hit this. Nope. Anyway, he looks like a desk at detention. But I guess some ladies like this because he's doing better than I am, so can't hate on him for. But anyway, they split his wig. I don't think that was fake. Though it is getting him a lot of attention, so ultimately he will be rewarded for it and benefit from it. But definitely just a bunch of bully-ass shit and not great. Don't condone that kind of behavior in any way whatsoever. And all right, that's my quick and dirty. What the fuck? What we had to say about rap sucks. I'm sorry, rap's okay. I grew up on rap. I grew up on Sir Mix-a-Lot. Like before Baby got back, they was doing buttermilk biscuits, and that was the shit. Little Young MC. You should love me some Young MC. 2 Live Crew. I had to get my daddy to buy me the 2 Live Crew CD because I was too young. So like, it's like I said, different story with different folks. Not everything is made for you. I had somebody bitch at me about wokeness because the CW was too woke for them, and I was like, "Are you a 17-year-old girl? Then what the fuck do you care what the CW is making? Not everything is for you." Do you see me going around bitching all day long about Justin Bieber music? You know why I don't bitch about Justin Bieber music? Because it's not fucking made for me. It's made for a different demographic who enjoys that. You gotta let people enjoy shit. As long as it's not Star Wars. Fuck all of you Star Wars fans. There's no excuse for that. Anyway, move around along, folks. It's time for Beyond Parody. Beyond parody. And first off, on tonight's Beyond Parody, my personal favorite section. Did you guys see the Florida Legislature get trolled like a motherfucker? This is like an episode of The Simpsons, where Bart calls up Moe's Tavern and asks for some dirty sounding names, and then he calls it out. Anyway, this happened, and I love it, because if anybody deserves to be trolled, it would be Florida.
Florida State Conference of NAACP branches waves in opposition. Anita Dick.
Anita Dick?
Is an opponent.
Anita Dick? Is Anita Dick here? Hey, folks, I need a dick.
Waves in opposition. Holden Hiscock.
Holden Hiscock. Holden Hiscock. People, I need Holden Hiscock.
Is also an opponent. Waves in opposition. Jimmy, only Jimmy, Florida.
Only Jimmy. Jimmy should have gave a cool last name. But anyway, hilarious. Love to see it. More of that. Fuck Florida. I think we'd all agree. And then, you guys remember that anti-woke bank, Glorify his name. Stop giving your money to woke banks and give money to us, because we're anti-woke, and for some reason your bank has a political agenda. Don't think about it. But anyway, yeah, they went bankrupt. Of course they did. Glorify, an anti-woke bank backed by Peterson and Candace Owens, is folding just 3 months after it was set up. Hilarious. They chose Candace Owens as a spokesperson. She went out there and said, "I very much believe in Glorify and view it to be the first true mark of what I perceive to be a competitive, conservative economy that is forming." Spoiler alert, she was wrong, as she is about everything. And if you invested in this bank, you deserve to lose your money, because you did, you fucking morons. And then, from the party of unseriousness, folks, how is this real life? This is real. On Fox News, Ron DeSantis defending the fact that he did not eat pudding with 3 fingers. What? Oh my God. It's a 2-party system, which is bad enough for this country, and one party is so fucking stupid that almost everything they do, you have to Google to see if it's real or a parody, and it's not. This is what Donald Trump is attacking him on now, folks. This is the kind of dirt they're trying to dig up on each other. Apparently, Ron DeSantis ate pudding directly out of the cup with 3 fingers, and I think I speak for everybody on the earth when I say, good God, who gives a fuck? I don't care if he stuck it in his dick and licked it off the tip. Who gives a shit? Just fuck what is happening right now in this world. And then Ted Cruz going out there to prove what a good job Joe Biden is doing, and somehow when he gets done, it's a bad thing. Doesn't make any sense. He posted this article from New York Post. Border agents arrest 16 people on FBI's terror watch list, which is good? Like, it's exactly what they're supposed to do. Like, when the border's closed and people try to come across when they're not supposed to, they're supposed to arrest them like they did. Of course. According to Cruz, last month alone, 16 illegal aliens who were on the terrorist watch list were stopped at the border. An open border compromises our national security. He posts an example of a closed border working as intended with the title that it's an open border, folks. Shamelessness is their superpower. The great part is almost everybody in the comments attacked him for it. That's great news. I love how you're a champion for success at the border. How were there 16 people on a watch list stopped if the border was open, Senator? Great question. It's not open if they were stopped, Ted. Almost 100% pushback against this fucking moron. And only got 4,000 likes from a sitting senator, so pretty cool. I'm starting to think this is not a winning political strategy. At least I hope that's true. And as I always say, folks, shamelessness is their superpower. And they know what they're doing. Like, obviously, they know they're trolling. They know they're saying red meat to try to get the left's goat. And it's not offensive. It's just easy to make fun of them for. Here's Tucker Carlson saying that good people don't fantasize about locking up your political opponents. This from the party that spent 4 years chanting, lock her up, still chanting it. Lock everybody up, lock Fauci up, lock them up, lock them. Every Trump rally doing this, folks. Yet he'll go on the #1 cable news network in the world and say shit like this.
Now, it goes without saying this is an inversion of what you're supposed to want in a sane society. In a sane society, you let elections determine who has political power. You don't fantasize about your political opponents going to jail.
It's literally what your entire party does constantly, all the time, fucking forever. But of course, that's why it's on Beyond Parody, because you can't parody them, folks. They're just living parodies of them goddamn selves. And speaking of parodies, folks, Trump shaman! So this guy is a troll. He is making fun of a QAnon shaman. But other Trump supporters are so fucking stupid that they don't realize he is a troll. First, they accuse him of being a FBI agent or somebody wearing a wire. A glowy is how they refer to him. So they ask him to strip, and of course he plays along because he's also making fun of them. Also, you notice that these Proud Boys type suddenly love mask. But anyway, let's watch this crazy-ass interaction. Only in America.
This is my freedom of expression. All right, so then, you're playing right now. Just you are playing. Here, you want to show us your wire. You got more wires than a PlayStation. Show us your wire. You got more wires than a PlayStation. Show us your wire. Show us the wire. I'm not wearing a wire. I'm not wearing a wire. Take off all your clothes and you put up. Show us the wire. Show us the wire. Show us the wires. You taking off all your clothes? I'm not wearing a wire. All right. Well, prove it to us. All right. He's a plan. He's a plan. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. Show us the wire. I'm not wearing a wire.
This country sucks.
I'm not wearing a wire.
Like, holy shit.
I'm
Every day it's just like one embarrassment after another in this country.
I'm not wearing a wire. You want to see? You want to see? You skip out here. You ain't going nowhere. You want to see that I'm not gay? You want to see? All right. Look, here's a manly shirt. It says that's a manly shirt right there. All right, you want to see? That's a wire. I'm not wearing a wire. Fucking wire. Fucking wire. Yeah. Yeah, Trump. Yeah, get it on. Get it on. Yeah. Let's go, Trump. 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 Let's go, Trump.
Yeah, he was wearing a lot of clothing. I gotta give him that. Seems like that'd be hot, but that's just me. Maybe he runs code. And yep, Trump, amazing. We're definitely a serious country that other countries should take seriously. And then, at least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the good liars to make life better for us all. Here they are at the latest Trump rally. Let's have a listen.
We are here in Laguna Hills, California, at a random In-N-Out parking lot where I guess Donald Trump's most loyal supporters, there are tens of them, have gathered to protest his impending indictment. How many people do you think are here?
I don't know, maybe 50 on and off.
Okay, yeah, it looks like, yeah, maybe 20 maybe.
Pretty good for rain, I think.
If he truly did something illegal, it would be bad.
It would be bad.
But why
it would be bad?
His lawyer gave her some money to not say anything.
So that he could win the election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran for Congress. I got 2,192 votes, 1.2% of the vote. And one of the ways I wanted to kind of say...
I'm sorry.
Oh. I think they sprayed us with vaccine components in January 6th. Because January 7th, I was all inflamed and I couldn't use my fingers.
And Trump should know that he has at least these 20 people standing with him.
There are so many of us that know what you did. Peace in the Middle East.
Donald Trump made peace in the Middle East?
Yeah. Didn't you see that?
It was also really cold. Is it possible that's why you're...
I think the really cold was the frozen spike proteins that they were releasing in the vaccine.
It was cold, the weather was cold because of the vaccine?
Yes, I think it was literally drone-delivered vaccine components, and that's what helped make up the weather that day.
Yeah, whoa! Hard to believe it's real life, folks, but it is. These people vote, and their vote counts as much as yours does. In fact, in many cases, they count more because they live in flyover states whose votes literally count more. I've covered this before, how black people's votes count like 97% of white people's votes, and Mexican people's votes count like 95%. Literal racism institutionalized racism at the highest levels because of the Electoral College, the slave era system that picks our president still for some unknown reason. No idea why the Democrats don't fight against the Electoral College, but I guess that's a story for another time. And then, funniest video you'll watch today, folks. Can't have a Beyond parody without Kermit himself, Jordan Peterson, and holy God, this guy is not okay. They've interspliced footage of him at this actual bar, listening to this band and dancing and stuff. And shocker, he has no rhythm. He is an embarrassment. He is Jordan Peterson.
Man, I went to this bar in Nashville. This band was playing Kelly's Heroes, a great guitarist, the best guitarist I've ever seen. And they were playing old country music with a heavy blues rock twist. So they do this great version of Ghost Riders in the Sky. And this brilliant guitarist just goes way out on a limb. And everybody in the crowd, it was so fun to be there. They're just thrilled to death. Because they're watching this man doing the same thing that surfers do. He's like dancing on the edge of chaos and order in this virtuosic manner. And everyone is so taken by that it just lifts them out of the normality of their existence. You know, you see this joy just transfuse them. And that's because they got an intimation of genuine meaning.
Rocky Top, Tennessee. Woo! Such a good dancer. I love his face. No rhythm, folks. Good God, oh, what a dork. You can have him, conservatives. Keep that motherfucker on your side. And then, all the Beyond parody, folks. Gotta give Big Boy his props here. He can shoot, but also Gravy Seal coming at you.
Yippee-ki-yay, Joe Biden.
Yippee-ki-yay, Joe Biden. That's some fast moving. Damn! Big Boy got some skills. That dude loves his business and gravy, y'all. I tell you, yippee-ki-yay, Joe Biden. Literally, all Joe Biden would do was just, walk away from you slightly out of your range. And what are you going to do? You're not going to chase him. You're not going to jog. Oh, we know that. Hilarious, but also pretty sad, dude. Like, get a hold of yourself. You're going to die. Don't you have grandchildren you love that you want to stick around for a little while? What's wrong with you? And then, one more. You guys hear about Afro Man getting sued by the cops? Yeah, so apparently these cops raided Afro Man's house for no good reason and then stole money and shit from him, like $400. And so him, being the boss he is, had security cameras there and took the security camera footage and they made a music video of them raiding his house for no reason and released it. Now they're suing him because they want the money. Let's see some of this footage. Here they are. Oh, still his money, yeah. Oh my God, he had $400. Definitely worth raiding a guy's house, breaking his door down, terrorizing his children. Look, it's a few 20s. He must be a drug dealer. How could he possibly have all this cash? They are butthurt for sure. So anyway, hilarious. And I don't think they have any standing, folks. You don't have any reasonable expectation of privacy when you're breaking into somebody's fucking house, cops. So learn to love it, pigs. Here's the attention you didn't order, but you definitely deserve. And all right, that is my Beyond parody for tonight, folks. And hey, we're going to watch the Kasparian video on YouTube at the after party. patrons only. So if you guys are not patrons, like, you could just donate whatever you want to, and you have access to all the exclusive content on Patreon. And like, also, like, helps me out run the animal sanctuary and help my mom out in her old folks home and all the things I'm doing. So like, if you're not a patron, please, sir, can I have some more patrons? Super cool. And all right, let's move on and read the super chats. Super chats starting us off tonight. Jason Ashby gifted 1 Cult Dozen membership. Thank you, Jason. Hero. Urban Master Dollars, thanks for reporting and making us aware. Hey, no problem. It's not easy to acknowledge it, but the adults in the room can't look. Ignorance is truly bliss. Hey, I appreciate you supporting the show. Parker Wire, $50. Hey, that's very generous, Parker. How you doing tonight? I went to donate the treats I originally ordered for you to my local shelter, and I met this man that just adopted a dog, right? And in talking with him, his son had just come out and just told him to do his best, and we cried together. It was nice. Oh, that was a great bonding moment. Thank you for doing what you do, Parker, and very generous $50. Good to see you tonight. I really appreciate you. And welcome to PTO Heroes. That is the top tier of the Dust Buddies. So you're one of the superheroes. Thank you, Finn Rath. Cuber Lover Dusty, I'm on a stream with some friends, so I'll catch this stream on replay. No forgiveness, but you gave me $5, so I forgive you. Parker Guire, specifically his son came out as trans, female to male, and he was so overwhelmed, and I just hugged him and gave him resources and told him to try your best. That's what your son will need. You're trying heartwarming. Yeah, they just want unconditional love and to accept them. As long as you do that, it'll be okay. I actually have a trans nephew, and my sister is trying to accept him for who he is. And actually, they're going to come over and get my $2,000 suit that I had when I was in Denver, and he's going to wear it to the prom. So, cool! Doing my part. Weird thoughts! Oh, Parker Guire, laugh at my outside, Dusty. We're about to have our YouTube baby dog. Hell yeah! I don't know what that means, but congrats. Weird thoughts. They pretend to care about children when they beat them and don't protect them from predators. It's infuriating. It is infuriating. They don't care. I wish there was something that could be done about it. Ooh, a giant ant. I hate to thump this ant, but I'm going to have to thump that ant because I don't want you on me, giant ant. I guess Anna Kasparian is going to be the next, the young Turker to do like Jimmy Dore and Dave Rubin to slowly go down the far-right rabbit hole. I mean, maybe she needs more money because that is definitely the way to get fucking paid. $20 from Lizzie Bennett. Very generous. Thank you, Lizzie. Anna, it's the only reason why I subbed as a TYT member, to be honest. I understand where she's coming from, not being reduced to a body part. I've had my share of that, but this is used as clinical description. Rarely, if ever, used outside that. I've never heard it used outside that. No one is ever seriously doing that. And regardless, when you see every right-wing chud in the world using your words to spread hatred, you immediately just remove that. And then you're like, hey, that was not my intention. Fuck every one of these people. Hell no. But it's still up with 120,000 likes, so I can only assume she does not care that much. What is the only other logical conclusion you could come to? Leo's Car Emporium. Stay safe during the tornado outbreak. There's a tornado emergency in Silver City, Mississippi. Yeah, wind is blowing pretty hard right now. It's raining. But, hey, we'll be fine as long as we have each other. Proto $5. I love Anna, but why can't she say she's wrong? It's dumb tweet, and we all know it. I think she knows it, but she keeps it up. It's the never-ending apology route. Yeah, it's just ego, right? Your ego fucks with you and won't let you admit you're wrong, and it just hurts you. Ego oftentimes is not very beneficial in your life. It sets you back. It's $5. Get stoned, whack off, and don't take this world seriously. Hey, I'm going to do that after the show, but I haven't had any weed before the show, so I'm doing what I can. Arriving Fat, $25. The right wants to ban the book 1984. What irony. I guess the line, who controls the past controls the future, who controls the present controls the past. Guess them fancy book words. Too woke, right? Yeah, we're going to cover that in the Chet Watch section. How book banning has doubled in just 1 year, and it's like 99.9% right-wingers. You know, the free speech warriors. Always the case. And all right, please hit the like button, folks. And more super chats. Going to read all the rest of the super chats at the halftime. But right now, move right along, folks. Let's do some Chud Watch. And make fun of them. Starting us off on tonight's Chud Watch. They did it, folks. They finally finally arrested Donald Trump, as I promised you. Here they are, arm in arm. Here I am, tackling him to the ground. 100% real, folks. And oh, it's not real. It's not real. You know how you can tell? Because it's running, and it can't be real. It just, fuck, god damn it. So, a whole 4 days gone by since the last show, and still no Trump arrest. Teflon Don getting away with everything like he do, and I'm almost not even mad anymore. I'm just impressed. Holy shit. Don't know if it'll happen. Now they're saying maybe next week, maybe not. I ain't holding my breath at this point anymore. Just whatever happens, happens in this goddamn trash country in which we live. But didn't stop him from spending the week trying to spread violence and actually succeeding. First off, he put out this message on Truth Social. What kind of person can charge another person, in this case, a former president of the United States, who got more votes than any sitting president in history and leading candidate by far for the Republican Party nomination, with a crime when it is known by all that no crime has been committed? And here's the part where he's very clearly trying to create violence, just like he did on January 6th. And also known that potential death and destruction in such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country. This is plausible deniability, but he knows what he's doing. He knows when he puts the thoughts in his cult's head that there is going to be death and destruction, that it makes them want to commit death and destruction. We've already seen it. I showed you guys in the last show. Patriots.win, the largest Trump website, where they're outright calling, hey, this is a call to arms for Trump. It's very clear what he's telling us. Exactly like they said on January 6th. And then he posts this picture of him with a baseball bat next to a picture of D.A. Bragg, the guy charging him. 100% knows what he's doing. Him with a kind of mean look on his face, holding a baseball bat next to a picture of the DA. It's 100% incitement of violence. You can try to hem and haw all you want to, make excuses, play dumb. But nobody's that fucking dumb. We see right goddamn through you. It's obvious an incitement to violence, and exactly what he wanted to happen. I'll kill you notes sent to D.A. Bragg. Suspicious package delivered to Manhattan's DA office. Yeah, they sent him a letter with white powder. Authorities investigating envelope with white powder sent to Bragg. Remember when we used to send anthrax letters to try to scare politicians? Sometimes it wasn't even anthrax. It was just stuff to make you think it was anthrax, so you'll be scared. Mob tactics. It's exactly what he's doing here, folks. Stochastic terrorism. This is the goddamn definition of it. NBC News reported the envelope included a letter that read, Alvin, I am going to kill you. Who knows? Might have been sent by Trump directly. Wouldn't be surprised. But of course, Newsmax out there doing what they do, spreading the propaganda, spinning it. Hey, I bet it was the Democrats that did it. I bet it was Antifa, y'all. It couldn't have possibly been one of Trump's cult members following the words that he's inspiring them to do.
Well, of course, we don't know, but this is what happens.
We don't know what's behind it, who's behind it, we don't know what it was.
It could be an agitator. It could even be a Democrat. Honestly, it could be. It could be somebody from Bragg's office sending it to himself.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the latter, right? Yeah. Look, again, Democrats run Hollywood. They know how to build scripts. They know how to plan things, and I don't want to run how to create conspiracy, right? But look, there's a lot of
So hilarious. He instigated violence and hatred and got somebody death threats. Isn't it hilarious that we don't take responsibility and we blame somebody else that didn't have anything to do with it? Funny. Super funny, conservatives. And then bomb threats called into New York court where Trump hearing held. This is even a different hearing, folks. Trump's got so many legal cases going on that the idiot cult members who follow him couldn't even get the right court case. A bomb threat was called in just as judge in Lower Manhattan was about to start a hearing over a $250 million lawsuit by New York Attorney General Lena James against Donald Trump. Tuesday's 911 call was investigated. The courthouse at 60 Center Street temporarily closed and searched and the threat deemed unfounded, state court spokesman Lucien Chaffin said, yep, they're doing what they do, trying to spread terror and fear. Here's the law and order, people. Hate law, hate order, hate democracy. But they're the patriots. And of course, Joe Rogan got to use the largest podcast on earth to cover for Trump. Podcast host Joe Rogan this week threw cold water on speculations of a pending indictment of former President Donald Trump. They're talking about arresting him for paying a girl to stop talking about them having sex. I thought that was a good deal. I thought it's a good deal, Rogan said on an episode of his podcast this week. You pay someone. Didn't Clinton do that? John Edwards got in trouble for doing that, but he didn't go to jail. I don't believe he went to jail. Yep. Literally just spreading misinformation to try to cover for Trump. But obviously, no. This is in no way similar to the Clinton case. An AP fact check earlier this week found comparisons circulating on social media between Trump and Clinton's so-called hush money payments to be misleading. But of course, Joe Rogan almost exclusively follows right-wingers, believes everything they tell him. Clinton's $850,000 payment to Paula Jones in 1998 settled a civil lawsuit, with the AP noting the payment was public and legal, and the funds did not come from the government, nor did they amount to any campaign contribution, so in no way similar whatsoever. But Joe Rogan doesn't care. All he cares is that right-wingers take power, and the best way he can do that is spread lies and misinformation that helps them, regardless of what it is. And he knows that his side is never going to call him out. He knows that the people that listen to his podcast don't actually give a shit. There's no accountability, so why not? Garbage, Joe. And then Matt Gaetz, among a chorus of people calling for Ron DeSantis to create a safe space for Donald Trump. Let's have a listen to Rapey McForehead.
You made a remark the other day regarding a remark that Governor Ron DeSantis made, that it, by him not standing with the president, it endangers Floridians and all Americans. I mean, what did you mean by that exactly?
Well, when there is a request to extradite someone, the governor actually has a role to play to determine the sufficiency of the charge. Is someone actually being charged with a felony? That is the constitutional standard. Here, I don't believe this is truly facially even a felony charge. It is a misdemeanor in drag. And, you know, the governor doesn't like drag shows, and so maybe we shouldn't be for a misdemeanor parading around in drag as a felony.
So hilarious! It's basically like drag, trying to hold Trump accountable for his crimes, so just ignore the law, say the law and order people. Let's just make a safe space for Trump where he can hide out in Florida. He wasn't the only person to call for this. Watermelon head Charlie Kirk also asking for a safe space for his boy Trump.
Can red states do anything? Can Ron DeSantis do anything? Some people would say, well, Charlie, no, you have to abide by these interstate arrest warrants. You cannot break those kind of contractual obligations. You can't just wall off cities. You just can't have your own laws. You just can't have your own jurisdictions. Like, what? Are you sure?
Yeah.
That might sound right. But then how do you explain sanctuary cities? How do you explain sanctuary states?
Oh my God, y'all.
For the last decade, we've had blue states that have said, we have our own immigration law. Federal law doesn't apply. Doesn't matter if these people are rapists or murderers or arsonists or child sex traffickers. They have a home in Chicago and DC and New York, San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle. Sanctuary cities. We're going to create our own laws. We're going to carve out our own areas. So why doesn't Ron DeSantis create a sanctuary state for a former president under political persecution? If the left is able to create sanctuary states for rapists and murderers, thugs and criminals, I don't think it's too big of an ask for Ron DeSantis to create a sanctuary state for a former president who's being persecuted by a Soros-funded DA.
Definitely, folks, just ignore the laws. Let's have Florida be an entire safe space for Trump, but I'll explain to you, Charlie Kirk, why DeSantis won't do this. Because on the conservative side, it's all about egos. And Trump, for the first time I've ever seen him, is actually telling the truth about DeSantis, which is not going to go over very well with DeSantis. Not going to get any love from DeSantis. Trump went public and said, remember, I left that decision up to the governors. For COVID death rates per state, Ron, as a governor of Florida, did worse than New York. In education, Florida ranks amongst the worst in the country. And on crime statistics, Florida ranked third most in murder, third worst in rape, and third worst in aggravated assault. For 2022, Jacksonville was ranked as one of the top 25 major crime cities in the country, with Tampa and Orlando not doing much better. On education, Florida ranks 39th in health and safety in the country, 50th in affordability, and 30th in education and childcare. Hardly greatness there. The fact is, Ron is an average governor, but the best by far in the country in one category, public relations, where he easily ranks number 1. But it is all a mirage. Just look at the facts and figures. They don't lie. And we don't want Ron as our president. Yep. Starting to think he's probably not going to help Trump. And just to make it even worse, Trump going public on Newsmax is shitting on Ron.
He can't win because he voted against Social Security. He voted against everything. I mean, he voted against things that are so important. Medicare, he voted against Medicare. He wanted to raise the age substantially for people getting Social Security. The things that he's voted against are devastating because they have to. You know, everyone thought he did great on COVID, but if you look at the list, he did poorly on COVID.
I can't believe
he was in the numbers, the same numbers as New York, a little bit worse than New York. He's bad on education, bad on COVID, bad on many different things that people don't know about. So
it's just incredible. Proof that Trump actually can tell the truth. He's capable of it. He just only does it against conservatives for some reason, which is wild. Never thought I would hear Trump speak honestly. And new poll is out, folks. Yep, the new cat turd poll. How is this fucking real life? This is the number 1 candidate for president of the United States for conservatives right now. Touting a Twitter poll done by Cat Turd. And according to this incredibly scientific poll from Cat Turd, Donald Trump far in the lead to be the next president. 69% over DeSantis, 24%. So scientific proof, folks. You heard it from the mouth of the one and only great Cat Turd. I'm so tired. And that on Should Watch. As I said earlier, folks, efforts to ban books nearly doubled in 2022 over the previous year, according to a report published Thursday by the American Library Association. The organization tracked 1,269 attempts to ban books, other resources in libraries and schools. This is their new tactic, folks. Teachers are the enemy, librarians are the enemy, books are the enemy. The free speech party, the freedom party, taking us back to 1940s Nazi rule, banning anything they don't like. Just like 1984, they know he who controls the information controls the people. And the reason they're doing this is because they want to make their own Christian libraries, folks. This is the end goal, to get rid of public libraries without this political agenda, without this religious agenda, and put up their own libraries. Coming to a town near you soon. And Candace Owens out there this week just making an ass of herself, even more than usual. Here she is, all mad at this country singer I never heard of for declaring they'll be nice to their trans kid, because God forbid you do that. Talking about one of the most unhappy, most miserable people on the fucking planet. Just constantly looking for whatever she can to be mad about. And I do the same thing, folks. But when I'm mad about stuff, it's like pedophiles, right? It's like book banning. Real shit. Here's the kind of stuff that she is mad about. Being a decent human.
You do need to go, Marin. It is just, the pandering here is just absolutely ridiculous. Why don't you go work on some songs, turn out some hits, and get people to want to follow you and admire you based on you living a wholesome life and based on you having actual talent, not based on you pandering to the LGBTQ plus community while disrespecting the fans that even put you in the position that you are in today, country music fans. How disgusting. People that downloaded her music, she's just saying in front of drag queens. I just, where I'm from, where like people are downloading my music, it's just like, especially where I'm from, it's just so bad. It's just like they're horrible people. Please accept me. Accept me. So.
Isn't that the opposite? If she's actually going against what most of her fans would be for, that is the exact opposite of a pick me, Candace Owens. Just no logic or reason whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely disgusting. And I do hope that she keeps leaning into this because eventually she will trip herself up. Eventually she will admit to doing a crime, which is we've seen happen over and over again. People are so radical in theology that eventually they admit they've done something wrong. And let me tell you something right now, Maren Morris, when you do, I will be the first one to call the police and contact the governor's office. I am a proud Karen, a proud defender of children. So when you take that next step, I don't know, maybe you're going to help your child transition so that you can...
Literally does not give a shit about children in any way. Zero mentions of any of these pedophiles I've been covering on any of these shows. No evidence that any trans person or drag people, as far as drag queen story hours going anyway, are harming children. Just fake outrage, fake in every goddamn way. But as authoritarian as it gets, if you try to be nice to a trans person, if you try to help a young trans child, gotta call the cops on you.
Help your child transition so that you can hold them up on stage and say, looky, my child is trans. Please know that it will be Candace Owens, proud Karen #1, that will call the police on you and your husband. It'll be me. Probably Matt Walsh will try to beat me, but I will personally make sure that I am the one that makes the first phone call.
These are your people, conservatives. Defend it. Go ahead, defend it. Defend how this is not authoritarianism. Defend how this is pro-freedom in any way. You can't do it because you don't actually care. And here she is getting mad because a company dared have a person in a wheelchair model a bra and panties. Conservatives actually hate capitalism, regardless of what they say. People in wheelchairs are a demographic that buy bra and panties, and by having just one advertisement aimed at them, they're obviously hoping to make more money. This is what capitalism is all about. But I dare you advertise towards someone I don't think you should. I'm going to put it on my show and have fake outrage about it and make a bunch of money.
Really? That's all I'm going to say is really. I don't really understand how far we're going to take this inclusivity thing. I really don't get it. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, again, educate me. Today, I just want to be educated in the comments. If people that are in wheelchairs were thinking as they were looking around, like, you know what really upsets me? That I've never seen a bra and underwear advertised with a girl in a wheelchair. Why did they do this? I don't know. I don't know why this needs to be done.
She's literally playing dumb. 100% she knows how capitalism works. She knows how targeting demographics works. Just absolute playing stupid.
I'm just getting tired of this all inclusivity thing. It seems ridiculous.
Well, you're a snowflake.
We're going to be on crutches and be like, well, how come we don't have a girl that's broken her leg on crutches also in a bra and underwear? I don't feel included. I don't know. I don't think I can buy panties. I just can't buy panties because I don't know. I don't feel included. Look, I assumed that people that were in wheelchairs also have to buy bras and have to buy underwear. This is something that I just assumed that was a thing. I didn't know that we needed to see that in our face. I didn't know that now we're going to have to look forward to campaigns where women that are in wheelchairs are now.
I know conservatives don't watch this show, but some of you must. I just wish somebody in the comments would explain to me how you convince yourself that your side is not the snowflakes. How you convince yourself that every one of your conservative influencers are not the biggest, whiniest piss babies on the planet. I mean, I know it's some 1984 doublethink bullshit, but I wish you would at least explain it to me so I could kind of begin to understand what your mindset is.
Now wearing bras and underwears because we as a society just cannot get to the bottom of our ridiculousness, because that's what it is. We are being ridiculous, America. When I see stuff like this, I just go, whose idea was this? Was it your
the marketing team? The marketing team, Candace.
idea? Okay, you're fired. I'd like to fire the person who was behind this ridiculous campaign. And by the way,
Isn't that cancel culture? Isn't that exactly what you guys claim the left does that's incredibly evil? Having people fired for doing things or saying things you disagree with? How is this not cancel? Please, there's got to be a conservative in the audience. Please, I beg you, explain this to me.
I think people in wheelchairs will back me up on this. I think they're on my side. I think they think this is stupid. Let's all just agree today on Tuesday.
I doubt they give a shit. I'm sure they see it for the marketing it is, and they just move on with their fucking lives like a normal human being. And that Benji Grable over there on the, what is this, Newsmax? Calling for conservatives to boycott Disney, which she somehow thinks is going to hurt the left. Before I even play this, I just want you conservatives to know the left don't give a shit about Disney. Fuck Disney. Disney's garbage. Boycott them all you want to. That was always an option. But her rationality behind it is sort of flawed. I'll play it and then I'll explain why.
After all, we're the ones who are having a lot of children. And, you know, conservatives tend to have more children than lefty liberals, and especially now the radicals, because all the young radicals do not want to have any children. They do not want children at all. So we need to speak up. And yes, we need to send Disney a message. Don't buy Disney products. Don't buy Disney dolls. Don't buy any of that stuff. And look, there's plenty of conservative or Christian or cartoons that are put by family-friendly entities and corporations that our kids can watch, and that's the direction we need to head. And we need to, after all.
So basically, I don't have any kids because I don't want any kids. But just because you're having a lot of kids, the thought that those of us who don't have kids are not influencing your children is completely ridiculous. You don't think I've influenced a lot of children? What are you doing? Baby Yoda peeing everywhere. I just had you fixed. I literally had you fixed. They charged me $210 to fix this goddamn cat over here pissing on my fucking wall. What did I pay all that money for, Baby Yoda? What was it all about? Anyway, as long as I have the internet, as long as your kids have access to the internet and I have access to their minds, I can reprogram them. So it doesn't matter that you guys have more kids, because really your kids grow up and hate you anyway and are just looking for somebody else to listen to besides your dumbass and your weird to boot. And then, is that a drag queen? Don't disparage drag queens in that way. And this is also the right folks. Now, I'm not saying that these America First Nazis represent the entire Republican Party, but there is a reason that every one of these people are on the right. Zero people like this on the left, because this is what you guys attract. This is what you are. Here's Vincent James from the America First movement.
When we get power, there can be no mercy. If Trump gets power again, there can be no mercy. When we say we're going to arrest someone, arrest them. You know, when you say you're going to arrest Hillary Clinton, arrest her, and even much more than that. And then when you have power in, like, let's say, individual states, you have to make sure that you keep that power. You have to do whatever it takes to keep that power and grow that power, to make sure that that power is never subverted, is never taken away from you. We must force younger generations to think the way that we do. That's what needs to be done. At this point, it's either indoctrinate or be indoctrinated. And remember, you know, when we teach something, or when I say this, just remember that what we're teaching and what we're trying to make people believe and what we're trying to convince people of is right and just. And what they're trying to make people believe or convince people of is wrong and evil. This is a spiritual battle.
And you look at the chats, they're posting swastikas, dark MAGA, execute Hillary on live television. Trump supporters, every one of them. To everybody that wants to say, oh, well, Nazis were on the left. Regardless, every fucking Nazi in 2023 is right wing. Deny it, motherfuckers. Deny it. There's a reason for it. You guys are fascist. Learn to love it. It's reality. And these are the type of people following Nick Fuentes. These are the type of people following that piece of shit I just showed you. They're not about anything. The only thought in their head is, how can I be edgy? How can I behave like the worst human on earth so I can get attention? That's what they find funny. They're nihilists. They don't actually care about anything. This guy's Jewish. He's wearing a Jews for Yay shirt and a Pepe shirt. This guy 100% doesn't give a shit about Kanye West in any way. They don't care about anything except for being edgy, except for getting attention, for being pieces of shit, negative attention. They're so desperate for any kind of attention they can get. Negative works.
Where are you at in regards to his pro-Nazi positions?
I don't
pro-Nazi
care.
thinking. You don't care?
Because it's predicted by free speech.
No. That's a cop-out.
No.
But I know who these folks are. I just want them to put it on the record. But the thing is, when you talk about free speech, that seems like a cop-out to me, because I'm asking you about his position and his and why you would want to side yourself with those positions. It's not because of freedom of speech, because we all have freedom of speech.
I just think that the most controversial opinions are the ones that you cherish the most. And
the most controversial opinions are the ones you cherish the most. Then how come you're not out there advocating for pedophilia? Huh? That is the most controversial position. Why are you not advocating for it, huh? Because you're full of shit, obviously.
Speaking of Adolf Hitler has some controversial opinions.
I mean, I don't cherish him entirely, but I mean, he has his beliefs.
Adolf Hitler killed a lot of people per those beliefs.
I know, and I'm Jewish too, so I mean, I don't like him, but you know, he's.
I mean,
he's
you got Pepe on there, which means that there's a whole lot going on here. There's a whole lot going. I mean, let's go back.
It's not about shit. He's just trying to be edgy. It's so pathetic, dude. Really, you woke up in the morning and this is the person you decided to be. Like the living embodiment of cringe.
Take it even further. That's not Pepe.
Yeah.
That's a Groiper. Am I right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, because you know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this. I just like the image, really. It really resonates with me.
Are you tight with Nick Fuentes? Are you a fan of Nick Fuentes?
I disagree with him a lot more than I'm much more of Ye than Nick, because the two of them are kind of, for some reason, close.
These are the kind of people that will blame women for not dating them. Women are just stuck up bitches. Fuck them all. Yep. They're not dating you because you're horrible. You're a joke of a human being. You're beneath trash. You deserve to die alone. And as I've always said, folks, it's not really about the children, because if it was, they'd be protesting churches and doing other things, but they're not. All it's about is legislating their bigotry. Legislation in the Texas House would prohibit sex change procedures for people under the age of 26. Not even about children. Over the age of 18 is not a child. This is an 8-year time period. They're trying to ban young adults and adults from having bodily autonomy. And Michael Knowles, right-wing cheerleader for all of this, says a good start. Though really, the sex change butchery should be outlawed at all ages. That's what it's all about. Genitalia checks, folks. Unending authoritarianism at all times. A boot on your throat, unending. That's what conservatives want our future to be. And another day, another conservative pedophile sentenced to prison. This time, former city councilman going to prison after molesting girl for 7 years. Can't help but to notice, not a drag queen. But not a single protest, not a single conservative influencer mentioning this in any way. As always. And last up on Chud Watch, folks, I think this is actually a good sign for once. Even the quartering, one of the biggest chuds on the fucking planet, is starting to realize that this anti-drag, anti-trans fear-mongering is not a winning political strategy. PragerU says men should not wear dresses, to which the quartering responds, who gives a shit? The left has total control of the right's mind simply by deploying a few drag queens and a handful of trans people. It's not the left doing this. Don't blame the left. The fact that your side is nothing but a bunch of whiny piss babies, the fact that your side has no policies, has no positions, has no ideas to progress our society in any meaningful way. So instead, all they have is fear-mongering and bigotry. That is not the left's fault, quartering. That is the side you decided to throw your hat in with, because that is the side you make the most money on, and you have no integrity, you have no morals, you have no decency whatsoever. So this is the person you fucking are. But of course, even this he has to try to blame the left for. because no responsibility is ever taken by a conservative. They're fucking goddamn allergic to it. And that is my Chud Watch. Folks, get your super chats in. Going to do a couple more sections, and then we're going to head over to the after party, so do that. And the courting is a complete knob. Yes, the courting is garbage. He's garbage, people. They read Orwell's 1984, thought it was porn. Yeah, they thought it was a instruction manual. Need more thumbs up? Hell yeah, folks. Everybody should have thumbs up the video already if you haven't. What's wrong with you? It's the least you can do, and it's free. A great way to help out the show. Do it to it. This man about to lose his job, I hope, but I'm not going to hold my breath because this goddamn trash world rewards bad behaviors constantly. And then a couple quick, he shall be. Elon. Apparently, Elon is getting rid of the legacy Twitter blue check marks, which was really one of the most valuable things about Twitter. You could tell who was real, whose account was real. And in this upcoming age of deepfakes, computer-generated AI videos and audio, we desperately needed that more than ever to know who to trust. Did I say trust? Trust. But Elon, of course, billionaire, all he cares about is making money. So he's charging companies who still want their blue check mark $1,000, folks. $1,000. And everybody else got to pay like $12 a month. And all the legacy ones are being disabled. And he knows, folks, he knows that it's embarrassing for a lot of people to sign up for Twitter Blue. So they're actually making a feature where you can hide that you're paying Elon Musk, which I don't blame him. It is something to be ashamed of. You should all hide it, motherfuckers. I don't care if you hide it or not. If I find out that you have a blue check mark, if you paid Elon Musk, even if you don't care, you probably don't care, but I'm unfollowing you. And yes, as Jeff Birochev says, let me get this straight. Elon Musk thought the Twitter algorithm needed to be more transparent. So now he has changed the algorithm to promote accounts that pay him while letting them hide whether or not they are paying him. But no, he never gave a shit about transparency in any way to begin with. We all know that's true. He only cares about money. He only cares about turning Twitter into a right-wing echo chamber, which is exactly what is happening here. The people that are most likely to pay Elon Musk are right-wingers. And he's boosting up everything they say over the rest of us who refuse to pay him. Is exactly what he wants. Nothing but a circle jerk for right-wing content. And rapidly turning Twitter into irrelevance. I hope something else pops up soon. I heard Facebook is actually having a Twitter clone come out before too long. And I hate it because it's Facebook. I wish there was some alternative. But like, if I had to pick between a Facebook Twitter and an Elon Musk Twitter, I would begrudgingly pick Facebook. We'll see what happens. And then, lamest human being on the planet, folks, yet his sycophants will suck his dick regardless of how obviously embarrassing he is. Hakeem Jeffrey says, House Dems are fighting hard for the American people. Right-wing extremism are fighting each other. True story. To which super comedic genius Elon Musk tweets, that's what she said. How is this even real life, folks? How is this one of the most powerful men in the world, one of the richest men, the richest man in human history, who owns one of the most important social media platforms of all time? And this is the level he's at. Just less than a child. Even children know this joke is so played out, it's not funny anymore. But of course, his sycophants, one of the best comebacks ever, crying myself laughing, so hilarious. Just cringe. God damn it, you people are so sad. Move right along, folks. Let's cheer ourselves up with a little Heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. Yeah, we could. And shout out to the heroes in France. apparently the government decided to up their retirement age a couple years, and this is what a society that actually values protest, actually stands up to their government looks like. 3.5 million people saying, oh, hell no. So we actually need in this country, folks, because conservatives are outright threatening to do the same thing here, raise the age of retirement when it should probably be lowered. Who wants to work till fucking 65? You barely have any time to experience your golden years, to enjoy yourself. But of course, in our ultra-capitalistic society, they want you to work your fingers to the bone and then fucking die. So shitheads like Elon Musk can make $1 or $2 extra. And absolute queen here, folks. State Senator Megan Hunt, speaking directly to Republicans, reaffirms her vow to filibuster all legislation until they remove their anti-trans bill. This is some superhero shit. This is the kind of thing that should be praised. This is the kind of person that should be exalted. This is the hero we need at this desperate time in our country.
Throughout the entire course of this negotiation, let's see, today's day 49. So, for the last 49 days of conversation, which with the speaker, with other legislative leaders in this body, has kind of revolved around this bill, frankly. We've made it clear that this is a line in the sand. And people have said, well, what if we go after your bills? What if we put a bunch of bills introduced by progressives up on the agenda? Are you going to filibuster those too? Yeah. Yes, because we're not like you. We have a principle and a value that actually matters that much to us that we're willing to stand up for. This is how much this matters to us. You guys really don't get it. You really don't get that the session is over. And you're asking what precedent this sets. Is everything going to be like this now? Anytime anybody doesn't like a bill, is it going to be like this now? Subsequent motions, taking time, filibustering every bill? No. The fact that you're asking that shows me that you really don't get it, Senator Von Gillern. You really don't get it. You've crossed a line and you've gone too far. This bill harms me in an unforgivable way. And this is a line that you don't cross with me. If you cross it today, you're staying on the other side of it because you have done irreparable harm. And you're doing harm to the body and to Nebraska as well. Don't say hi to me in the hall. Don't ask me how my weekend was. Don't walk by my desk and ask me anything. Don't send me Christmas card. Take me off the list. You don't know me. We have no relationship. And if you don't believe me, if you think I'm going to cool down and change my mind, you should believe me. No one in the world holds a grudge like me. And no one in the world cares less about being petty than me. I don't care. I don't like you. You aren't welcome in my space. You aren't a safe person for my child to be around, or any child, frankly. Don't believe me? You should.
Damn, I love her. Fuck yes. A million more like this. I cannot agree more. People, they're like, hey, we need to befriend these chuds. Fuck that. Social pariahs, every one of them. This was why I couldn't stand fucking Destiny. When he was platformed Nick Fuentes, having in his house, fist bumping him. I don't want to be friends with these motherfuckers. I don't care how spirited the debate is. I'm not going to be friendly to you. Fuck you. I hate you. You're my enemy. And anybody who is friendly to you is also my enemy. Scorched earth to these motherfuckers. Love it. And then speaking of heroes, folks, Jen Psaki has debuted her new show, Inside, with Jen Psaki. Is that how you pronounce her name? Psaki. I think the P is silent. And had a whole section about wokeness, and I hope she's right here, folks. I actually think she is. I don't think the wokeness narrative is a winning political strategy for the right. It's still to be determined, but good news if she's correct about this.
For Republicans, wokeness is public enemy number one. By the sound of it, there is simply no greater threat to American liberty. Whether or not they actually believe it, they clearly think it's a winning message ahead of 2024. And it makes you think, are they onto something? Should I be freaking out about how right-wing Republicans are co-opting woke and wokeism? My gut here is no. You don't need to be too worried about their war on woke, because the Republican crusade against wokeness may not be as potent of a campaign issue as they may hope. And here's why. Most people don't think of the term woke in the way that Republicans would like them to. It's simply not the boogeyman they'd have you believe. A USA Today poll found that a majority of Americans, 56%, think of woke to mean being informed, educated, and aware of social injustices. That sounds pretty good, as opposed to being overly politically correct. Even in Florida, where Governor Ron DeSantis says woke goes to die, voters did not have a clear idea of what woke is supposed to mean. And more tellingly, many dislike their governor's woke-centered rhetoric. In January, Axios reported in a focus group in that state with voters who had switched from Trump in 2016 to Biden in 2020. In other words, these are exactly the kind of voters Republicans will need to win back in 2024. And for most of them, the anti-woke message fell pretty flat.
What is meant by the term woke? W-O-K-E. If you hear that somebody is woke, Rosario, I see you smiling. Try to give me a workable definition of what a woke person is.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Katie, when you hear the term, it doesn't have any resonance for you.
I just heard it used so many different ways. I honestly kind of just ignore it, to be honest.
I like DeSantis and I like a lot of his policies. It just seems like, though, he shouldn't go so heavy on the woke. Like, seems like it's almost like he's fighting against like an invisible boogeyman.
He's pandering to his base, but it's just a little bit too much.
Again, those are former Trump voters who switched to Biden in 2020. They're completely up for grabs in 2024. And if the Republican anti-woke message is supposed to resonate with anyone, it's them. But in a recent interview, it was even too difficult for at least one conservative.
I already showed you the conservative who fucked it up, could give an admonition. I did a whole little short video about it, but hope she's right. I hope that's true, and everybody support Jen. Looks like she got a pretty good show out there. And last but not least, superhero Kevin Bacon. Love this guy. He's 6 degrees of awesome. So apparently RuPaul's Drag Race did a parody of Footloose called Wig Loose, making fun of all the anti-trans bills, anti-drag bills going across the country. And Kevin Bacon gave him a shout out. Kevin says, big shout out to RuPaul's Drag Race Wig Loose, the Rusical, and props to Kevin Bacon. The 64-year-old actor wrote Monday on his Instagram story, tagging Lucy in his post, who responded by saying, well, I'm dead, on her own Instagram story, after the Connecticut-based queen portrayed the character in the show. Kevin Bacon also said, with all the recent anti-drag bills, this came at just the right time. Drag is an art, and drag is a right. Hell yeah! I'm about to cut loose, foot loose, kick off my Sunday shoes. Love me some Kevin Bacon. Appreciate you, hero, for speaking out, standing up for the right thing. Need more of that in our society, folks. And that is my hero section. Do we love Kevin Bacon or do we love Kevin Bacon? Bacon in my potato soup. He's definitely delicious. Yummy bacon. Wake me up inside. Okay, I would do it. Woke neo-McCarthyism. Woke is kind of a cringe term like born again. Yup, it's a meaningless buzzword used by idiots to trick other idiots into voting against their own best interests. Bacon is not a ham actor. Kevin Bacon is 64. I know, right? Drinking that baby's blood. You know that's true. And all right, folks, 2 more quick sections. So get your super chat in if you want to, if you're able, because now it's time for some Karens. It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause And first off, on the Karens, this guy who I'm pretty sure is of Mexican-American heritage likes to go around and call the cops on Mexican food trucks. This is kind of a feel-good story. Wait to the end. You're going to love it. Here he is being confronted for his racism.
So I just had a question regarding the street vendors.
Okay.
Is there an issue with them, with you?
Well, it depends on what you mean by street vendors.
Yeah.
There is the city regulations that the city has imposed a long time ago about street vendors because
they're like a traffic hazard, right?
Yeah, well, also because kids were getting hit.
Is there? Wait, have you noticed Starbucks? Starbucks has a pretty long line. Starbucks causes a lot of traffic hazards.
No, that's different though.
How is that different? Okay, well, I'm talking about street vendors like taco stands.
Okay, taco stands are prohibited. Well, they are allowed, but they have to get a permit. And the permit.
Well, I don't know if you know that the Department of Public Health makes it impossible for taco stands to have permits. So, for example, they have an antiquated retail food code, right?
Right.
In 2021, they only approved 165 permits out of 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why state law passed, Senate Bill 972, passed last year, because they're so backed up and their retail food code is so antiquated. That's why state law decriminalized street vending in the whole state of California.
No, but that only pertains to venues where sports.
No.
Yeah, it does.
That doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Because I spoke with the legislature.
Do you work for the city?
I live here for years.
Okay, so
and I'm activist as well.
So you're a vigilante.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So
every time you see a street vendor, you call the cops.
Not only me, but I have neighbors who also call me, and they call also. I have neighbors of mine who.
But I mean, they're just trying to make a living, you know.
No, but we don't look at it like.
I mean,
that.
you as a capitalist, because I know you're a Trump supporter. I know they've seen you on city council meetings and stuff like that. Yeah, because you support the second most corrupt president of all time. You know that, right? You support the second most corrupt president of all time. You're a capitalist, but you don't allow people to have the economic liberty to start a business.
You know who else complains?
Yeah.
The taco stand, the taco buildings, businesses, they all complain about the vendors.
Yeah, of course. They don't like the competition. They don't like the competition. Yeah. You're just old, retired, and bored. Is that what you are?
Yep.
Old, retired, and bored. That's what you are? Yeah, that's what you are.
Fueled by hate. That's all he's got to do with his time, is to spread that hatred to others.
What happened? I thought you were a capitalist. You should support like fellow entrepreneurs. What happened? Come on. Yeah, that's all you could. You resort to name calling because you can't win a debate. Yeah, look.
Why don't you guys go back to Mexico? Huh? Or wherever you came from.
Go back where?
Go to Mexico, wherever you
Go back to Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's where you like the style.
Isn't that where you're from too? Isn't that where you're from too?
No, I'm not from Mexico.
No, what are you? What are you? What are you?
American.
You know,
why don't you guys go back to Mexico? Huh? Or wherever you came from.
Go back where?
Go to Mexico, wherever you
Go
came
back to
from.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Remember the guy that SCA caught calling the cops on street vendors?
What's wrong? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien?
Everything good.
Okay, very good.
Cop caller, guys.
Say hello to Roger Ramirez. He wants street vendors to follow the law, but he doesn't follow the law when it comes to drinking and driving. He was recently arrested for that and complained about it. And when he's not supporting the January 6th insurrection QAnon members, he's telling women not to dress half naked, but meanwhile posting girls that are old enough to be his granddaughter.
Yep, there he is. I want your body. Don't dress slutty, but I want your body. Just fucking hypocrisy at every goddamn way. And also gross. Holy God, dude.
Go back to Mexico.
And so here's your happy ending, folks. He wanted them to go back to Mexico, so they brought Mexico to him.
Or wherever you came from.
Go back where?
Go to Mexico.
Shout out to the banda Los Duendes de la Sierra. Let's go.
Hero shit right there. I love a happy ending. And that one more Karen, this old Karen doing what old Karens do. Gonna try to assault somebody and then play the victim when they put out their hand to try to defend themselves. Watch how she plays up her injury and pretends like they are attacking her when she is 100% at fault here. So fake, so ridiculous, so Karen.
You come all the way from there, coming over here, it's not okay. So you need to take care of your mom. No, it's not your business. What I do is not.
Take your mom.
What I do is not your business, ma'am.
Go take your
What I do is not your business. So you're telling me that I cannot sit over here? Is that what you're saying?
You can sit here if you want to.
Then why are you bothering me? I was sitting over here. I was sitting over here. You saw me while you're sitting over there. You come all the way, leave all your stuff just to harass me. I cannot sit over here. That is not okay. You say that I don't belong over here. And that is not... What you said was, I don't belong here. You give me a hand, in the middle hand.
Do you live here?
You're harassing me.
You did the same thing. Do you live here?
Stop touching me.
Do you live here?
Stop touching me.
Do you live here?
Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Do you live here?
Stop touching me.
Do you
Stop
live
touching
here?
me. Stop
Do you live here?
touching me.
Do you live here?
Stop touching me. Stop touching me. You need to get away,
Go
man.
to your mom's house.
You need to get away.
Go to your mom's.
Stop hitting me.
I'm not hitting you.
Stop hitting me. Stop my phone. Stop touching my
that's
phone.
it. That's it. You're done.
Thank you.
I'm calling the police.
I'm calling the police.
I'm gonna call the police
After I
right now.
repeatedly assaulted you,
Go ahead.
I'm going to call the police on you. Now watch her. She's getting out
I'll
there.
call everybody that I know.
She's getting up the faketry, getting out the water where it's going to pretend like she's a victim. Her arm is hurting so bad. She basically attacked me and broke my arm. Call the police.
With you, who lives over here as well.
You broke my skin.
Thank you.
Even walking slower and hunched
Jan?
over. God damn it, so fake.
Jan, call 911.
Sit over here, Hoya.
Call 911. Look what she did.
Wow.
Yeah, look what she did. She barely defended herself. I was trying to smack her with a book. Call 911. Just good God. That's what they do. They use their privilege to try to get minorities killed, folks. Classic Karen. That's 100% what a Karen do. And that is my short and sweet Karen section. And that's what you guys got to say about that. What a sweet old Haiti. I know, right? Don't we all love her? Nope. Oh my God, she fell down the stairs. Shh, I wish. Oh, crazy lady. Deck the old hack. Don't do that. Don't play into their game. That's what they want. I'd slap her, but you shouldn't do that because that plays into their victim narrative. You broke my skin. I know, right? Such a fucking baby. Oh, Mothballs ran real fast when she couldn't get them hands up fast enough. She's not far from her ancestors. I know, right? Privilege for you. Yeah, phones are great. Like a shield to use against the privilege and the hatred coming your way when you're a minority. And all right, folks. Last chance to get your super chats. Gonna finish this up with a very quick slow news week. Warning, hold your ears. Slow news week, Dutch Smith. Yeah! I warned you. And first off, the slow news week, Dusty Smith. This one was kind of interesting. Thought you guys might enjoy it. It got 95,000 likes on Reddit, so pretty super viral. And it's cool. Apparently this whale has built up years of trust with this particular boat captain. And at the calving lagoon of Ojo de la Brea, swims up to the boat to have lice removed from its head. I want more information about these whale lice. Apparently they're giant and they can live underwater. I don't know, but anyway, let's watch the video. Gentle beast walking up and having them pick these lice off. I guess the lice breathe underwater or something? I don't know. Seems bad. But he's like, come forward more. And so I guess the whale understands somehow, completely trusting. It's like, yes, yes, sir. Please pick that bullshit itch in my face. Thank you. Amazing. What a big baby. Who's a good boo-boo? Who's a good boo? Pretty cool. Gonna do a little turn for you. Are those all lice on the face? Is that what that is? It's like barnacles or some shit. Seems bad. Stay there all day. Let them pick them all off. Well, where are you going? Damn, that'd be kind of scary. It looks like an eel head or something. I'd be afraid that thing would swallow me whole. Pretty cool. And folks, I don't know if you saw it, but I put up a video of me and Jeff going to my mom's house and doing her plumbing. I'm not going to play this whole thing or anything. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of it. I don't know. I kind of want to do more stuff like this. It's different from my usual stuff, but it's less negative. And I think like I want to put more positivity out into the world. And so here's me fixing my mom's plumbing. And yeah, Jeff was there and playing in the mud or something. At Annette Wren's old folks home, and me and Jeff are jeffing shit up. They got a water leak here, so as you can see, I'm doing most of the hard work, and Jeff is assisting me. There you go. How's that taste, Jeff? It's spring water.
Oh yeah.
Tastes the vitamins and minerals. We're gonna bottle that shit up.
If we were in an apocalypse, this would be champagne.
Hell yeah, we drink it all up. It's like toilet hooch in prison, which I've been
Just
to
like
many
toilet
times.
hooch.
Looks like some kind of
Then let's
spelunking video.
fast
forward to Jeff's I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt dance, which was incredible. I think he nailed it. For your ghillie suit. Too sexy for your suit. You're a model. I know what you mean. And you do your little turn in my mom's house. In my mom's house. In my mom's house. Yeah, you shake your little tush in my mom's house. And then he shook his tush. He shook his little tush in my mom's house. Gotta love Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for helping me help my mom, because she definitely deserves it. Hero shit. And so stay tuned for more adventures of me and Jeff, where I go fix shit while Jeff watches me. Coming soon to the Cult of Dusty show. And all right, folks, that's my show. That's it. Please hit the like button before you go. But now let's read some super chats. Cole James, $220. Say thank you, Cole. I appreciate you. Isaiah Taylor, I thought liking Star Trek and being autistic would leave me single forever. I'm starting to think that's not true. Yeah, I mean, there's other Star Trek fans out there you could hook up with. Urban Mouse $5 Twitter blue status is really devious, especially after you've been conditioned to acknowledge blue checks as authoritative sources. Oh, another MK Ultra. Yep, that's the whole point. Making money off already established idea. Hit the like button, everybody. Mike Ann demands it, and so do I. Can you wish my fiance Justin a happy birthday? Happy birthday! Jesser baby loves you, Justin. Sweater wearing a tree, $10. The Skims ad was specifically for underwear designed for people in wheelchairs. Yeah, I can't believe they dared market to the people that were meant to wear their products. They have clasp on the side to make them easier to get into and out of when you don't have use of your leg. Even worse for whiny piss baby Candace Owens. Over Moss, I've definitely noticed that drag is an aesthetic for conservative women. Maybe their ire is steeped in jealousy. Yep, they're just mad these men look better than they do. Gurks, baby, $1. Thank you, Gurks. Dusty lady, man, but please don't call me Jason Alexander anymore. All right, I'm sorry that I cannot read. Reading is hard. Just kidding. I don't give a fuck. I still will try to be better in the future. Another $1 from Gurks, baby. Appreciate it. Orion McFadden, the right wants to ban. I already read that. And all right, cool. That's my show, folks. Now we're going to move over to the after party with Dusty Smith. So be sure, if you're not already a patron, to go ahead and sign up for our patrons. Whatever you want to donate, the more the better, of course. If you have more, definitely donate more. But after party starting right now, where we're going to take a look at that Anna Kasparian Young Turks video and see if I owe her an apology or if I was right to be outraged by the whole thing. And we're also going to check out the subreddit Public Outrage, which is where I found many of my Karen videos and other people acting poorly in public. Going to do a live viewing of that right now on the coolest party in the world, the after party with Dusty Smith. Patrons only, so switch over now, and the rest of you I will see you on Monday. It's only 3 days away, so be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to please leave comments. If you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment. That helps the algorithm. Please tell your friends about the show, and please have a good week out there, folks. Love the shit out of you, and until next time, as always, logic. Fuck yes, everybody! And all right, let's play an original song by Dusty Smith that I thought was lost forever, but is found again. It's a Wonderful Life! 15 years old, from the archives. Good night, everybody.
It's okay to